Welcome to 360 Sports, and after a few difficulties, we are on air for the first time this semester, and I tell you what, you know who else is going to have some difficulties? It's Cincinnati Bengals without Joe Burrow as our first segment. I feel like a broken record at this point. The Bengals might have to go another season without their franchise quarterback. That will be the third time in 6 years. Anybody got anything to say?
Well, I mean, it's rough. I mean, as a Bengals fan, I know you are. It's tough. I mean, seeing Joe Burrow never really fully healthy, kind of getting that kind of Dan Marino type vibe, the way his career has been going. But just how they survive. I mean, you gotta go out and get a quarterback. Simple as that. I don't think Jake Browning's going to be that guy, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I mean, he's a solid backup quarterback. He's going to help you win a few games here and there, but he's not going to win it for you. Especially with all that talent you have on the outside, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. You need to get a legitimate veteran QB.
This is the first time the Bengals have started like 2-0, and like the first time in forever too.
But it's the worst 2-0 ever.
I know.
Yeah, we win and we still can't even be happy.
But Jake Browning's done this before. Hopefully he can do it again, but hopefully he can actually lead them to a playoff appearance, and then Joe Burrow just slides right in there and takes them to a Super Bowl again.
I don't really have faith in Browning just because you have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and then with your $275 million Joe Burrow QB, you still can't. He still gets hurt. He still can't. You can't make a playoff run until only 1 year. Like, you're telling me you pay all this money and you can't have your own line protect him? Like, come on.
No, it's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, the front office is just. You look at Joe Burrow, and now you look at the whole defensive side, the whole thing with Trey Hendricks in the offseason. It's just continuing to pile up for the Bengals.
It's like a domino effect. I do tell you what, there's this guy, I believe in Fox Network, goes by the name of Tom Brady. I hope he still has it. But talking about one Super Bowl quarterback to the next, the Chiefs, for the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career, starts out 0-2, and we have some laughs over here. I think I know where this one's going to go.
Love to see it.
I'm a D1 Chiefs hater. They have their three-peat. They've lost 3 in a row, including the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is his first time being 0-2 since his sophomore year, and I couldn't be happier. You're telling me you're worth $400 million, and people compare you to Tom Brady, and you still can't produce? And I get it. Xavier Worthy's out, and Rashee Rice is suspended, but come on.
They're acting like they're the first team that has not dealt with injuries.
Thank you.
Everyone's dealing with injuries here. But they have like a somewhat manageable schedule. We've seen what Mahomes could do in the playoffs. They got the Ravens at home in a couple weeks. They got to travel to Buffalo in early November. So
you can never count them out.
You can never count them out. I want to, though. I hope I don't see them in the playoffs.
My thing is, I don't think it's a slump. I think it's just because the Chiefs are simply not a good team outside of Patrick Mahomes. And let me tell you why. Because we'll look at Travis Kelce. He does not look like the same player he was 3 years ago. He's not running routes like he used to. He had a big drop against the Eagles yesterday. I mean, it's like he's supposed to be your main guy, and he's getting older, not looking as good as he once was. The run game. Also a big concern. Isaiah Pacheco, 10 attempts, 22 yards. Kareem Hunt, 31 yards. Mahomes, 60 yards rushing. He led in rushing. He's not supposed to be rushing. He has one of the best arms in the league, and he is doing absolutely everything on offense. It is a big concern for this Chiefs team. Worthy's out. They need Rashee Rice back if they have any chance to get back to the Super Bowl.
Do you know who the last team to start off 0-2 after a Super Bowl loss was? Do you know what the last team was?
What?
Cincinnati Bengals a couple years ago. Gotta keep the vibes up. Moving on.
Of course it was.
I just have to say, they won 12-4 AFC Championship. We're going to move on now.
Yep.
The Colts. Now we just talked 0-2. The Colts are 2-0, and Daniel Jones is kind of looking like prime Mahomes.
What world do we live in that Mahomes
That
is
just shows you.
0-2 and the Colts?
Danny Dimes is not the issue in New York, evidently. I'm like Danny Dimes' biggest fan right now.
I mean, we saw Russell Wilson throw for like 200 yards in the final minute, and they still lost. So.
I want
to
see Daniel Jones succeed. I mean, we saw 1 year where they made the playoffs when he was with the Giants, but other than that, it hasn't been a great career for him so far. But I mean, when he was drafted, he should not have been taken as high as he was. Clearly, is that definitely I could see him as second or third round quarterback coming out of Duke. But the thing is with Daniel Jones is that seems like he's in a good system. He's got a good tight end, Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman Jr. at receiver. He's got one of the best running backs in the league, in Jonathan Taylor. So, in my opinion, I feel like if Daniel Jones, I think he can continue this push. Because, I mean, we saw him play well in New York. I mean, like a couple years ago?
Literally 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, we saw what he can be. And if he's in a good coaching system, with good weapons around, he's going to be good. He's going to be fine.
Not to throw more shade at Giants fans, but the last time Daniel Jones had an elite running back, Saquon Barkley, able to make the playoffs. I mean, he's 71.4 completion percentage, 588 yards and 2 touchdowns to start the year. 2-0, of course, that's all that matters.
He also has the skill set. I mean, he can run. He can. He has a pretty good arm.
He was a first-round pick for a reason. Say if he deserved to be drafted or not, it's a first-round pick.
Like he has talent. There's no doubt in my mind he has talent. I mean, I think like him coming back down to earth is him like just his worst in New York, and obviously New York has not been great for a very long time, and that's probably a big reason why Daniel Jones didn't really work out there. So
I think it's a thing once people leave New York, they like Saquon
like
did great.
Right.
Daniel's
right.
I think maybe the Giants are the
I
problem.
think New York is the issue here.
But the Colts are the only team in the Super Bowl era to not have to punt for their first 2 games.
I did see that.
Wow.
That is a pretty good stat.
Are you the
That's
Colts?
crazy.
Are you kidding?
I don't know. I don't know if I trust these Colts yet because
No, it's week 2.
I mean,
It's making me happy though,
Right.
and I'm happy for Tyler Warren, of course.
The wins
so.
they've had.
yeah.
Pretty
I mean,
impressive.
Denver's no slouch. I mean, Denver
No.
has literally probably the best defense in the league.
Yes, but that easily
Arguably.
could have been their record could be 1-1 just because of that late penalty.
Right.
Yeah.
And I hate relying on a kicker to win you a game because that's showing you're not doing your job.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's just like week 2 luck, like early season luck, or if they can fully
I mean,
this
he
can keep
doesn't
this
even
momentum
need.
up.
Daniel Jones doesn't even need to be like the best quarterback.
No.
He needs just.
No.
I mean, he's been doing what he's been asked to do. He's not turning the ball over.
Right.
I mean, he's getting into the hands of his playmakers. I mean, the Colts can do something. I think they still have a pretty good O-line. They got Quentin Nelson as well.
Yeah.
They score on
fortifying
every
that.
drive week 1 against the Dolphins.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens with Anthony Richardson. Maybe he'll
Yeah.
find a
Who
new
knows?
team.
That maybe the Bengals.
But
My friend was telling me that he was like, "Hey, what if Anthony Richardson goes to the Bengals? That would be something.
That's better than
be
Browns.
interesting, But speaking of new teams, it is week 2. There have been a lot of free agent signings and people on new teams. We're going to go to the board and discuss who we think could and will have the biggest impact moving forward. Gemma, you're first.
Okay.
Let's see, Gemma.
So this wasn't too hard of a pick. My dad's a really big Packers fan. I had to go with our alma mater, Micah Parsons. This guy just makes the defense elite. So glad we got rid of Jair Alexander. Don't want him anymore. But it's his ability. It's not just the sacks that count. His ability, I think he was running like 18 miles an hour to sack Jared Goff the other week. Like, he runs incredibly fast. He can get out. He can rush the passer. He's a threat to every single offense, and I'm so happy. He's happy, and he's winning for the first time in a couple years. So I'm very happy for Mike Parsons.
Well, I'll tell you what. If he was still on Dallas, that game against the Giants would have been over before he even hit it.
He would have left. He would have walked out.
You could also, maybe against the Eagles, knowing Jalen Carter got ejected, the Cowboys, if they had Parsons, they could very well be 2-0 right now.
Parsons is going to has made the Packers a Super Bowl.
And you know who's going to be
Yes.
happy because of this? For Sean Gary. He's going to make a lot of money whenever his time is due.
100%.
It's great to see people leave the team they got drafted for and actually prosper again
Right.
with Saquon, but now it's
Because you would just see
Parsons.
Micah on the sidelines, just like aggravated, frustrated with his team. So he's actually happy now. So
And
I'm
it's
happy
the
for him.
Cowboys, not very much success
Exactly.
coming.
Moving on, Ben. Let's see who you have.
Well, I love doing these sports segments because, well, I love talking about my favorite team, of course. So I always have to, every time I do it. So my player that I think is going to make a big impact in a new jersey this year is none other than Jalen Ramsey. So, I mean, that picture explains itself. Ever since that hit, I'm on the Jalen Ramsey train. This guy, he's in his 30s now. He's not what he once was with Jacksonville, obviously, or with LA earlier in his career. But this guy, he still has the attributes. He still has the chase down speed if he gets burnt. Granted, as soon as I submitted this pick, I saw him get burnt by Jackson Smith and Jigba. I remember that play. That pretty much sealed the game for the Steelers yesterday. But we're not talking about that. This guy is going to be a playmaker. He's going to be a star for the Steelers defense, for that secondary. He's not going to be like a Patrick Peterson signing like we had a couple seasons ago. But he's going to be good. He's going to be a lockdown corner. He still has the ball hawks. He still has the ball hawks, type of attribute that Minkah Fitzpatrick had when we traded him to the Dolphins. So he's going to be good. He's going to be absolutely solid, and I'm excited to see how he does for the rest of the year. He had an interception last week. He had that big hit. I'm excited for what's to come. So,
I think no matter where he goes, he's going to be a playmaker.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I'm going to be
Agreed.
honest. When I first saw that trade, I was happy because it got Minka out of the division, which he needed to go for obvious reasons.
The thing with Minka, I wasn't mad about Minka just because we haven't seen an All-Pro season from him in, a couple seasons now. And Jalen Ramsey obviously still has that juice in him to play corner, and Steelers need corners. I shouldn't say we, but yeah.
And you mentioned that hit. I mean, in hindsight, that's the difference between 1-1 and 0-2 right now.
Right.
So he came in, made an immediate impact. So, Harlyn, who do you have?
So for my pick, I have no other than Stefan Diggs for the New England Patriots. Everyone knows he's great at what he does. And New England Patriots have been looking for a wide receiver one since primetime Randy Moss. And Stefan Diggs is going to fill that gap. He's great at separating himself from the defense, and that's great for newer QBs like Drake May because he doesn't have to throw him open. He's already open. And after things ended in Buffalo, he tore his ACL in Houston. He has a chip on his shoulder, and the New England Patriots saw something in him, and he wants to prove them right.
No, I really like when the Patriots going out and getting a receiver like that. I mean, obviously Diggs coming off of that ACL injury, he's going to hopefully not be as bad as people are probably going to think he's going to be. But
And he's a veteran. He wants to give
He was
back
the number
to
one
younger
guy in
guys.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Western New York was like Diggs and Allen. Like
and
they
Drake
loved him.
Drake May's also looking really good through 2 weeks of the year. So.
Yeah.
And the Texans, they've been they kind of got him last year, and he kind of fell under the radar.
Yeah.
Fun fact: they're the only team that hasn't scored a touchdown. I know they played tonight, but maybe that's just a product of the Texans' offense because Diggs, I know he's injured, season-ending injury, but he did not look good in that uniform.
He did not.
Now he's looking to return himself, and if they could get Drake May, that guy, you mentioned since Randy Moss, they haven't really had a receiver one. I mean, that's huge for quarterback development.
Exactly, and it helps the QB not have to make the plays by himself, and that ultimately leads to mistakes.
Right.
So, all right.
All right, Peyton.
What's your
I'm
pick?
up. And I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this guy's first name. His last name is Hufanga. He got signed by the Broncos last season. Great player for the 49ers. I think he was at 2 Super Bowls. He has 21 tackles in the year, 12 of which are solo, and already has a forced fumble. Sean Payton went out, wanted to revamp that defense even more, even though it was really good. I think he's going to be a huge signing for this team moving forward.
As a Niners fan, I miss him. I miss him a lot. It pains me to see him in a Broncos uniform.
I mean, we talked about the Broncos defense earlier. I mean, they're going to be crazy. I mean, they got interior. I mean, they got the interior. They got they got the secondary. I think with him as an addition, he's going to make that team even better.
Agreed.
I saw Pat Surtain might have been banged up. Hopefully,
Yeah,
he's not
I did see
bad.
that too.
The Broncos are that sneaky pick.
They really
Like,
do.
they are.
Yeah.
You kind of counted them out from
I like-
previous
I-
seasons.
They had some upsets in the past couple
I've
of
always
seasons.
liked Denver.
I mean, let's look at their team now. Knicks had 3 touchdowns, and my opinion on I don't know why you're using leverage on a 60-yard field goal attempt that had a very low chance of going in to begin with. But
Interesting.
if not that penalty, they're 2-0, and I mean they're looking really good, especially with the Chiefs being 0-2.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean,
The
that division's
Chargers.
now wide open. And
Right.
Even the Raiders are looking good.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's early, but early is how you trust me.
Anything can happen.
I was
It's
just
so
signing like
early.
Ashton Genty or Stephon
Yes.
Diggs. Ashton Genty looks great in
Right,
that uniform.
yes.
I'm used to slow starts, so getting early wins is very important. So let's move on. Very polarizing player we're going to talk about. He has 2 Super Bowl appearances, one of which he won. We were talking about Jalen Hurts, and I feel like you either like Jalen Hurts or you don't. There is no in between.
Agreed.
I'm going to let you guys start first. Is he
good?
is he top 5?
I'm not even a really big Eagles fan, to be honest with you. He should, his team should be good. You have the best player in the NFL right now. You have amazing wide receivers. You have amazing tight ends. You have amazing defense. You should be good.
And a good head coach.
And I don't think himself is good. I can name 5 of the quarterbacks that are better than him. He's good at the tush push, and he doesn't really have to do much work with that.
I feel like he's cheating himself with the tush push because you can make those plays with your arm that's
Yes.
good and has proven to be good. And
Yes.
you're cheating yourself, you're just getting the easy way
Yes.
out. And I mean, he doesn't have to be a top 5 QB with everyone around him.
Yeah.
As a Niners fan, I am going to bring up when we went to the Super Bowl, Brock Purdy
Brock
had so many weapons around him. He
Yes.
wasn't even a top 10 QB.
Right.
Maybe top 10, but.
But it's Jalen Hurts has shown in when he game time decisions where he has to go down the field and win for his team. Sometimes he doesn't do that.
So, are we agreeing on top 10 or?
I was going to say, I don't think he's top 5, but I do think he is top 10.
He's a good quarterback. He's not a elite quarterback.
But he's a quarterback who can do it all. I mean, he can run, he can pass, but the thing is I know we talked about this before the show, is that he's in a great system.
Right.
He's in a system that is going to help his actual potential.
Yes.
Like what he can do best is what
It's designed to win.
Yeah, exactly.
The
It is
Eagles'
designed to win.
offense is so weird. You either have a game where Saquon will rush for 200 yards, a couple of touchdowns,
Yes.
you win it like that,
Or you have the defense.
Even with Devontae Smith, you have him either
and
like
this is where
not
I think
catching
Hurts,
anything.
the disrespect can be a little there, just because if he has to win a game on his arm, I think he can. If you go back to the
He's
Super Bowl,
36-12 as a starter. Of course he can.
But what I'm saying, like, you go to the Super Bowl that he lost, he was arguably the best player on that field. I mean, he had, 3 rushing touchdowns, a couple of passing
He's
touchdowns.
also a fantasy legend. He can do it
those
all.
rushing touchdowns.
Those rushing touchdowns, man.
Which,
Hey,
by the way, 6 points should be a passing touchdown. I do not agree with 4 points. I'm just saying.
yeah, we discussed that. That should have been. I was
You agree
I was
with me?
voting for 6 points touchdown.
Thank you. But like, he can do it all. If he has to go win a game, he'll go win a game. And of course, that offensive line is probably the best in the league. I can say that. Barkley coming off in my opinion, the greatest rushing season of all time.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, we all know what he's capable
Right.
of, even though he's been struggling.
Yeah,
Devonta Smith.
I
He's always
don't
good
understand the
games,
Hurts hate. I really don't. I mean,
I can
he's
see
a
the-
great quarterback.
I
He's
can
a
see
great
the
quarterback.
101 yards against the Chiefs, but
Right.
he played in the pocket and he relied on his weapons around
Yeah.
him. Like that is
Yeah.
normal. Like
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's also just one game. I mean, it is a Super Bowl rematch. You're in Arrowhead Stadium. It's a tough environment. It was a defensive battle on both sides of the ball. Even Mahomes struggled as well on
Right.
that side. So I mean, I really don't think you can base Jalen Hurts' playing ability on that game just because of just how the level of play was throughout the entire game. It was just a defensive
Absolutely.
slugfest.
I mean, what can I say? Howie Roseman knows how to build a team, and
Yeah.
he's been doing it over
He's been doing it for a while
since
now.
they drafted Hurts. I can honestly
Yeah.
say that. Even when they won the Super
I
Bowl, I
remember
don't
the
know.
Steelers could have taken him.
That is true.
But we
Who did you
took
take? Chase Claypool.
Oh,
took Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool.
Hey, but he was good
good
for
in the
like.
moment. It was like good for like
Hey,
a
but
couple
the thing
years.
is, you know how many
Yeah.
touchdowns he had against the Eagles?
4. I remember that team of the week card in Madden. That card was pretty
Yeah.
good. Just had to shout that out. All right, we're gonna move on. We already mentioned some of these games. I tell you what, the NFL is coming off hot right now.
It's
and
weird.
There
It's
are
a weird
some
year.
wild finishes.
Yeah.
We'll start with the Cowboys game first.
I was ready to be like, okay, Cowboys, Giants. Okay, who's gonna be the worst team in the NFC? Like I
Yeah.
did not expect this game to go into overtime and be that good. I was gonna like.
Dak's been impressing me lately.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him. You know, he hasn't been playing horrible. He's been playing pretty good.
I mean, he's a good quarterback. This game was funny. I mean, there was like 17 points in the last minute. And then
Yeah.
come to overtime, nobody wanted to win that game.
Yeah,
know.
no one
They
did.
relied on.
It was,
I thought it was gonna end in a tie.
Yeah.
it was literally a game-winning field goal as time expired in overtime.
Yes.
So that was a wild game. We can go to another game, which I mentioned with a field goal, Colts and Broncos. I already shared that. I don't know why you're using leverage on a 60-yard field goal that has a low probability of making it, but maybe you wanted to block it. What
Yeah, I
do you
don't
guys
know.
have to say?
I mean, I didn't really watch the game, but I mean, so if any of you guys got something to say about it,
I mean, Taylor went off. I know that because I.
Yeah.
well, I know, all I know is that Daniel Jones is the
I know
GOAT.
Tyler Warren went off, so
Nick's
It made me
had 3
happy.
passing
Made me
touchdowns.
happy.
So, all right, another game. Pats Dolphins. This Patriots team, you mentioned Stephon Diggs. It's looking good with this Dolphin team at the same
So yeah, the
time.
Dolphins are
like-
just in trouble.
Dolphins used to be one of the top teams in the AFC,
And the
and now
contenders, like-
it's just been downhill.
I love Mike McDaniels, but I'm like, lock in and get your team to a point where they can win.
After that game against the Broncos, when they scored like 70 points, it's gone downhill.
I mean,
After that,
That's the turning
problem-
point.
that's a turning point.
The problem with the Dolphins doesn't even stem from this year. It stems from previous years where
Yeah.
instead of building an offensive line that is going to help you win, you instead go and get all the flashy players like
Yes.
Tyreek Hill. You draft Jalen Waddle,
Right.
who's
Yep.
been. I mean, they've both been good, but the team itself just has not been good. I mean,
you can't rely
you
on
let-
wide
Consistent
receivers.
first round exits.
You let
Yep.
Robert Hunt walk away at Carolina. You let Teron Armstead recently retired. You have no true offensive identity.
If you look at his rookie season as a head coach, they did a lot of like what I like to call cheat motions. Is when you motion, and while they're still motioning, you snap the ball, and it gets a lot of defense confused and a lot of misdirections. And then after a year, just like anybody in the league, the film's out. You're going to pick up on
You're
that
gonna catch
stuff.
on to that, yeah.
And he doesn't. I don't think the Dolphins have had. There's another like a good tight end. They don't have anybody to stretch the field vertically.
Traded Jonnu Smith. They
traded-
traded their Pro Bowler left from
And
last year.
they got Darren Waller out of retirement, but I don't even.
Like, what are we doing?
I don't know
like,
what he's
Darren
doing.
Waller hasn't played for 2 years.
And I'm going to be honest, like, the team's kind of soft too. I mean, I hate to call them out, but
Yeah.
like, you look at the stats. Under 70-degree weather, they cannot win.
right.
I mean, it's not me saying it. It's just
Just
a
fact,
fact.
yeah. And
I mean-
like poor Tua, he's so injury prone. Like
He's
that guy.
one concussion away from season.
Tua just also has not been good.
No.
Simple as that. He has not been good.
He's
not
literally
the
not
answer.
been the same.
He
He's
had,
not been
like,
the same in a
even
couple
dating
years.
Not
back
the
to
answer.
Alabama, he had that hip injury. How
Yeah.
many months before the drafts?
Yeah.
That kind of.
He was always going to be a project QB.
He's
Yeah.
either really, really great or just really, really bad.
And people forget this. Like with left-handed quarterbacks, you gotta. I mean, Mike McDaniel came in when he had him, so he knew what he was
Yeah.
getting into. But
Yeah.
you gotta flip your entire playbook. So if he goes down,
Yeah.
like that playbook
Yeah.
cannot
Does-
just be
yep.
turned up just like that,
Right.
just because. So
Well,
I think
I'll tell you another thing Mike McDaniel said. That
hear it.
it puts the icing on the cake for just how this Dolphins season is going to go. All right. He was asked about the loss. I guess he says to win games you have to win the game, not to lose that game. Honestly, not lose the game, and that is how you lose the game. Does that make any sense?
No.
That's what
He
I
doesn't
know.
even look like a head coach.
He says to
No,
win the
he doesn't
game
look like
you
a
have
head
to not
coach at
lose the
all.
game. Is what he's saying.
He looks like he dressed up as a
Yeah.
head coach for
Yeah.
Halloween and just going with the motions.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, New England, like with their new head coach, with the newer QB, and on the road, that when it sets a tone. And I'm
Yeah.
really excited to see what is happening.
Yeah.
yeah, Vrabel's a really good coach. He kind of had an unfortunate situation with Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think the
I'm a big
trade-
fan of him.
Yeah, I think the trade with AJ Brown kind of just like they used him and said, yeah, you got
And
to
then,
go.
then the guy they got for him, Traylon Burks, he's not even on the team anymore.
I forgot.
He's-
That
he's-
is true.
he's
I
on
forgot that's
waivers.
who they traded
So,
for,
like, this is a
basically.
colossal failure.
Yeah, the Titans, man, 1 seed.
I mean, they had Derrick Henry,
who-
A.J. Brown.
When they were the 1 seed, who went into their building and beat them in the playoffs?
Who?
Joe Burrow.
You and your Joe Burrow, but
Well, I have to.
I
What a
can't-
great game also.
It was a good
I
game.
wish I could talk about a quarterback other than Ben Roethlisberger because we've literally had
Well,
no one since
right
then.
now we're talking about him for all the wrong reasons, so that's why I had to
Sure.
bring some positive
Sure.
vibes. And sadly, this is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to 360 Sports. Have a great rest of your day. Tune in tomorrow for the next episode.